Okay, let's get this video going. Of course, my name is Kent and the channel is EOS San Diego. And I make videos about the EOS blockchain. And as we all well know, EOS has taken a pretty good price jump here recently. I think right after the first of the year it was right around $2.50. And now it's been as high as $4. It was there very briefly, but I saw it clear $4 for just a short period of time. But we really need higher prices. I mean, we need a lot higher prices than $4, because I believe a lot of people are in this token probably overall at the very peak, and as it's traded down below $10, probably $10 would be a place where people could kind of start seeing some positive gain in where they bought the coin at. I think a lot of people own it below 10. Probably a lot of people own it above 10. But I think $10 would be a pretty good place for this to go very soon. Hopefully, where people can kind of feel like they're not in the negative with EOS, and that's where I hope it goes here pretty quick. I think with the voice announcement, or not voice, actually a voice release. Voice announcement was last year. The voice release, that it could go up quite a bit here in the next month. Although I've said that before and it hasn't done it. But I do believe we'll go higher than $4. How much higher, I don't know, but I do believe it's going to be higher than $4. What we really do need is we need people to be in blockchain full-time. We need full-time developers. We need people that are going to do things full-time, and the only way people are going to do anything in this space full-time is if they can do it make enough money to make it worth their time. So right now, in the past 2 years, I would venture to say a lot of people have been doing this not at all, or they've been doing it on the side. They haven't been doing it full-time, because you really couldn't do it full-time. There was no money in it. There are very, very little ways to make money in this. I mean, the market's trading south. Very few people are developing right now, so developers have a hard time making money at this. So yeah, it's kind of a difficult time for people to be in blockchain. Difficult time for people to make a living at it. So that's why I think we're in a slump. That's why I think development's in the slump. That's why I think users are in a slump. That's why I think the whole EOS blockchain hasn't really gotten as far as it should have gotten, as we predicted when it released, or right after it released, when it went up over $20, and we were doing airdrops. Everybody was doing an airdrop, and we saw, wow, this thing's really going to take off, because the market didn't do that, and everybody kind of backed away from it because nobody was making money at it. So if nobody makes money at it, nobody does it. So that compounds the slump. Not only do we have a lot of ideas that didn't get completed, but a lot of people didn't do the blockchain because they just couldn't afford to invest that much time in this and be full-time at it. So I believe at about $10, you're going to see people come back into this thing in a big way. I think that at that time people can start thinking about doing this full-time, which is going to help development. It's going to help people to get involved. More people have ideas. The more ideas that we have and the more things that get built and released, the better this is going to be. So I'm looking hopefully $10 very soon. I see some pretty big analysts that I respect very much are thinking Bitcoin's going to be 20,000, not 20,000, 50,000 sometime this year. So during the year 2020, Bitcoin will be 50,000, and I'm pretty impressed with their past predictions, and I'm almost certain that that's a pretty fair prediction, 50,000 for Bitcoin. So hopefully, Bitcoin 50,000, EOS $50. I hope it makes the $100, but I don't know if it'll make it this year, maybe next year. But I'm feeling pretty good that it's going to be somewhere between maybe $20 to $50 sometime this year, and hopefully $10 very soon. Hopefully in the next month or so. So anyway, I think things will be very, very, very much different. The landscape will be different. The way people treat it will be different. More people will be involved with this space. More people will see it legitimately. And more people will come aboard when those prices start to hit. And more people will use the apps, and more things will happen. And of course, we are the challenge application. If you haven't downloaded it yet, please download it, give it a shot, give us your feedback. I'll put the Telegram channel below with the website. If you go into the App Store and download the app, you can't put a space between challenge and EOS. It's challenge EOS. Challenge, spell out challenge, CHALLENGE, and then EOS, and they're together. If you put a space in it, it doesn't show up, so it's together. So if you got an iPhone, it's challenge EOS, all together, no space. If you got an Android, then it's the challenge DApp, I believe is what it is. I don't have an Android. so I never go on that. I've never even been on the Android. I haven't had the Android phone for years. I'm pretty much exclusively Apple. I know the Android's a good phone, but I still am just 100% Apple, because what can you say? Apple's Apple. So I haven't had an Android phone for probably 2 or 3 years. So I don't know. I think it is challenged app, but I'll put the link below. So if you haven't played around with it, play around with it. Please download it, give it a shot. At least download it and just see what the graphics are like, see what the interface is like. Give us some feedback on that if you would. I'd appreciate it. And then you can pick it apart if you like. If you don't like it, give us some feedback on picking it apart. Just give us some sort of idea what you think about it. I appreciate that if you would do that. I mean, we have a lot of people that always have opinions, and they give me some pretty good ideas, and a lot of times people say things that help us, even though it's constructive criticism. So please download it, see what you think, give us some feedback. I'll put our Telegram channel below too. So I'm gonna sign off, and we'll see you. Hopefully have another video for you tomorrow. Thank you very much.